Today, I'll be showing you how I made this beautiful and classy maxi gown with exaggerated sleeve using two different crepe fabrics, a plain crepe and a floral crepe fabric. This dress features a stylish neckline, exaggerated sleeves with cuff bands, side slit and a neat back neckline slit that gives it a really elegant finish. It's simple, comfortable, beginner friendly and perfect if you love modest but classy styles. So let's get right into the tutorial. Here are my sewing materials. I already have my measuring tape around my neckline. So for this, my flowered crepe fabric, I'll be using it for the lower part of my gown, for the cuff band and also for the neckline as well. And this other plain crepe fabric, which is black in color right here, will be for the upper part of my dress. So I just place that aside so that I can start working with this plain crepe fabric, which is black in color. I started off by folding this into two, then I'll proceed to fold it again into four. Reason is because I'll be cutting out the front and the back part of this black part of my gown together. Remember, there will be no zipper attached to it. Having folded this into four, I now went on ahead to draw a straight line at the top part there, and that will be my shoulder line. Under my shoulder line, I got my shoulder of 7 inches, and now I'm marking a neck width of 2.5 inches because this is a turtleneck neckline. Under my shoulder, I marked 1 inch downward and I'm connecting it this way into my neck width. From that, my shoulder slope, I'm marking my armhole of 8 inches, which is constant for adults so long as you are an average bust size. So I'm extending this my chest line. Next, I'll extend my armhole line just from my shoulder slope into my chest line. Then next, I'm going to be dividing my armhole into two equal halves, which is 4 inches. I'll go in by half of an inch at that point. Then I'll divide my bust circumference by 4 and mark the quarter of it on this my chest line. I'll get my curve rule and make a curvy connection from my shoulder all the way into my chest line just like this. Next, I'll be marking my neck depth for my back neckline of 1.5 inches and for the front neck depth 2.5 inches. I'll first of all create this into a block neckline, then go on ahead to use my curve ruler to create this into a round neckline for both the front and the back neckline. So that is it. I'm just simply going to be adding 1.5 inches to that my chest line area right there for my sewing allowance, and that is basically it. I will slash this through and remove the other part that is not needed. I'm also going to be cutting on the armhole from that 1.5 inches just as I've drafted right here. On the shoulder, I left half inch at that top part for joining allowance. Now I've cut out the neckline for the back part of our dress and I opened this up and removed the inner part. Now I'm cutting out the neckline for the front part of the dress, and this is it for the upper part of this dress. So I now brought back the back part of our dress, and from that neckline I'm going to be going down by 4 inches because I'll be slitting this as there'll be no zipper attached to it. Then I'm going to slit this and stop exactly on that 4 inches mark I made earlier, and this is it for the back part of our dress. So the next I'm going to be measuring what I have from here to here is 8 inches. So I'll be using half of an inch to join this part to the lower part of my dress, okay? Do bear that in mind. So right now I'm working for the lower part. I've gone ahead to fold it into 2 already, and I'll go on ahead and fold it again into 4 because I'll be also cutting out the front and the back part of my dress together. Arrange this properly and also go on ahead to pin as well. At the top part of my fabric, I'll be trimming it off slightly so that everything can align right there. Then I'll be leaving at least half of an inch from the top part right there before I roll this straight line, which is going to be my starting line. So remember, I've already drafted out the upper part and it is 7.5 inches. So basically I'll be subtracting 7.5 inches from all my vertical measurements right now. So 7.5 inches placed under my starting line, I'm going to get my half length of 16 inches, which is this mark I'm making right here, and I'll extend it into a very straight line. I'm going to be marking 8 inches from that my half length to get my hip length, and I'll also extend it into a very straight line. Then for me to get my full length of my gown, I'll be placing that 7.5 inches under my starting line, and I'm going to be marking 56 inches and add extra 2 inches. So in total, I'll be cutting out 58 inches as the length of this lower part of my dress. By the time I add it together with the upper part, it's going to sum up to 56 inches. So that is basically it now, and I'm just going to be placing this plain crepe part on top of this my fabric like this so that I can get the actual point right there where it stopped. You can see what I did right here. So now I'm going to be dividing my waist circumference by 4, And whatever I have right here, I'll mark it and add extra 5 inches to it because this is a kind of boo flay dress, but it's not so visible. I mean the flay. So I added extra 5 inches for my allowance, including my sewing allowance as well. On my hip circumference, I'll get the quarter of my hip. I'll mark it right here on my hip line, and I'll also add 5 inches as well. So during the connection of these lines, it's not going to look like the normal connection we have because this is a very free dress which is slightly fitted at the top part. So I'm just going to be connecting it from the top part to my waist, then to my hip. So this is how it's going. Apologies that my chalk wasn't really showing everything I was doing right here, but by the time I cut this out, you see it properly. I measured out everything I had on my hip, and I'm also going to mark this all the way to the end of this my gown. And at the end of the day, I'll go on ahead to cut this out. We were sparks on quiet streets. So while cutting this out, it's not meant to be straight. It's meant to have a slight, shape around the hip area and all of that. And this is exactly what should look like. I went on ahead to notch the middle part. Now I'm going to be removing one of the piece so that I can start joining the upper part, which is the plain black crepe part, to this lower part. I also folded this into two and also notched the midpoint. So right side of this my plain black crepe facing the right side of this my flowered crepe, I'm going to be joining them like this at this straight point. After pinning, I'm going to be joining this like this using just half of an inch, and this is what it should look like. So do same for the back part, which I've done right here. And we are supposed to pipe that slit for the back neckline. How I did this was that I got this fabric which is 2.5 inches wide, and I placed it on the right side of my dress. Then I flip this to the wrong side and I'm following the shape like this to stitch on it. When I'm done doing that, I'm now going to slash this in between. As you can see, I was halfway doing it before I decided to show it on the camera. Then this is the wrong side. You're now going to be flipping in that fabric or that piece to stitch on the right side towards the wrong side this way. We now fold this again into two to get rid of the rough edges, and then go on ahead and give this a very good press and stitch this just the way I'm showing you all right here. So this is called piping. So that is it, and I'm still going to go on ahead now to join for the two shoulder of the front and the back part of my gown. I will place this right side facing each other, and I'm going to just pin this down, which I'll go on ahead and join the two shoulders using just half of an inch. When I'm done with that, I'm going to be arranging the sides of this my gown, right sides facing each other as well. When I'm done arranging this, I'll start joining this at the sides using 1.5 inches. Remember, that was a sewing allowance that was added when I was drafting. So from the armhole, I came down by 1 inch before I started marking 1.5 inches so that when I'm about to fix my sleeve, it's going to be very easy and simple. Now I'm going to mark this. Then from the base, I went up by 18 inches, and basically I'm going to be stitching from below that 1 inch all the way to this 18 inches and stop because of the slit. So I did this for the both sides of this my gown, and this is what I have on the right side of my dress. So I'm going to be working for the slit right now. So this slit I have right here, I'm going to be folding it in from the right side to the wrong side this way, and I'll iron this down flat. Then I'll fold in the extra rough edge I have right here just like this, and I'm also going to pin this as well. So when I get to that top part, I'll stop. So you're going to make a first stitch from this end here all the way to this part, curve it in like this, follow the shape of the slit, and also stitch for this other side. So when you're done, don't also forget to hem the base of the gown. So I'm doing mine twice because I left 2 inches for my hemming allowance. So when I was done with that, this is what I have for the neckline, which I'm going to be folding into two so that I can cut out the turtleneck neckline rope. So I measured out my neckline. Remember, it is on fold and I have 9 inches. And I'm just simply going to cut out this piece I have right here. Remember, 9 inches on fold, when you open it up, is going to be 18 inches. So I have 18 inches right here, and I went on ahead to add extra 29.5 inches, which is going to be for the extra tying of the rope. So I'm just went on ahead to stitch this at the side and also at the base right there behind the camera. Now I'm going to be flipping this piece I have right here to the right side of my fabric. When I do this, I'm going to stitch this other end that is open and iron this flat so that it can come out very neat and perfect. So I've gone ahead to stitch this part and I've ironed this as well. So this is 2.5 inches wide, as you can see right here. And I'm now going to place it at the midpoint of my neckline so that I can start joining. So the parts where I'm going to be facing or pinning this together will be for the front neckline I have right here. And I will notch this first of all. And when I was ironing this my rope or this my turtleneck rope, I actually folded it into two to get a crease line here. So that's the point I'll be pinning on the right side of my front neckline. Emphasis on that. Then I'm now going to pin this all around this way and now stitch this all around using just half of an inch. It's quite simple to do. The next thing is to work for the sleeve. I folded my plain crepe fabric into four. Now I want to take the measurement of my armhole, and when I was done with that I had 13 inches. So I'm going to just start marking 2.5 inches from the top part of this my folded black crepe fabric, and I will extend that line right there. Then I'm going to be marking 3 inches. Remember there is a slight pleat for this. I'll be marking 3 inches first of all. I'll be measuring 3 inches, and from that 3 inches now, I'm going to be getting that 13 inches, which is for the armhole. All right. Then I'll be getting the length of this my sleeve, which is 21 inches, and I'll add extra 1 inch for joining allowance, making it 22 inches in total. Then I'm going to be measuring my wrist. This is how to take the measurement of your wrist. Mine is 9.5 inches, and that is what I'm going to mark exactly on the hem of my sleeve. I'm not going to be dividing it. Then I connected it into my armhole. That is it, and I'm going to cut this out. So next, we are working for the upper part right now. I'll be connecting this my armhole into that 3 inches right here, still maintaining that 3 inches, don't forget. So I'm going to be dividing this 13 inches into two equal halves, and at the top part here I'll be going up by half inch, and at the base here I'll be coming down by just half of an inch. I'm going to make a connection from that 3 inches into this my armhole of 13 inches, and also cut this out, but still noting my 3 inches for my pleats. Then I'll cut out every other thing the same way. So I folded this my fabric into four because I'm cutting out the two sleeves at the same time, and I also notched the midpoint. So now I'm going to be getting my shoulder for my dress, and I'll be getting that midpoint I notched for my sleeve, right sides facing each other. I'm now going to start pleating this my sleeve on my shoulder. So I'll continue pleating this together very close to that joint I have on my shoulder till I exhaust that notch part I have of 3 inches on my sleeve, because I need a slight pleat. So this is what it should look like. I'll do the same thing for the other side as well, and then arrange my sleeve on my armhole and stitch this properly for all the sides of my armhole for both sleeves. I hope this is not confusing at all. If it is, just watch what I'm doing and you'll understand better. So when I was done with that, this is what it looks like. And I've gone ahead to, I'm trying to arrange this in the best way so you all can see what I've done so far. So this is what it looks like. This is the wrong side of my fabric. So in case you have excess on your sleeve after fixing it to your dress or your armhole, just go on ahead to cut this out, because this is exactly what I'm going to be doing right here. It's totally fine and it's totally safe. Then at the hem of this my sleeve, I actually ran a gather stitch because we are going to be pleating this so that it can be equal with our wrist. So this my band cuff here is on fold. So like I measured earlier, my wrist here is 10 inches because I need that allowance so my wrist can easily pass through. So this is on fold. I'll just fold it into two. 10 and 10 inches divided into two right here, I have 5 inches. So this 5 inches is what I'll mark right here and add extra 1 inch for my joining allowance. Then I'll cut off the excess that I have right here as well. And I'll also notch the midpoint. I'll just this top part here. So the next is to start pleating or pulling on this my thread so that it can align with the full length of this my band cuff. Okay, so when I was done pulling on both ends of my rope or my thread, I went on ahead now to get that midpoint and aligned it with the crease line I have on my sleeve when I was ironing. So when I did this, you can see that my plain fabric is shorter, so I had to just adjust this the more. So remember that this our band curve, I folded it into two before I went on ahead to iron this out. Okay, so you have to double your fabric and make sure that the parts you are pinning to the hem or the ends of the sleeve right here is the rough part of your fabric. This my band cuff is 2.5 inches wide, and I pinned this right side facing each other. So I'll stitch like this using 1 inch, and when I'm done, this is what it looks like. So this is still the wrong side of my fabric. What I'm going to do is to arrange this my sleeve properly this way, and then I'm going to start joining using just 1 inch. You can use 1.5 inches to join, but remember on the sleeve curve what we actually added was 1 inch. Then I've stitched this into the body part of my dress, and this is what it looks like at the end of the day. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you found this tutorial helpful. I'll see you next time on the same channel. Bye.